So after seeing The Conjuring, I went and saw Red 2. Now, to give you my quick thoughts on Red 1, I I liked Red One. I thought it was a very entertaining flick. I really liked the cast in this movie. I liked the idea of the movie. I thought the idea for the movie was a lot better than the actual movie. That's one of my issues that I have with the movie, is that I thought the idea was better than the actual movie, and it was a funny flick though. I gave it. I thought I was entertained by it, but when I first saw it, I did find some moments very dull and uh, started losing interest when I first saw it. But I think that happened because I was kind of tired when I saw it. Because when I saw it the second time, I actually liked it a lot better than I did the first time. And like I said, that made me kind of think maybe it was just because I was tired. So when I, even though I wasn't a huge fan of it, when I first heard that they were gonna make a sequel, I was like, all right, I'll see it. I will definitely watch it. Even though I'm a huge fan of the first one, I'll still see it. Um, and the early word of mouth hasn't been very good for this movie, so I was kind of worried about it. I was like, how bad could this movie be? And honestly, coming out, I don't understand how the hell this movie's getting bad reviews. I like this movie. It was entertaining. It was it was about as entertaining as the first one was for me. Um, Maybe even a little bit more. Um, I don't understand why critics are bashing this movie. I think they just gotta stick up their ass or something. I don't know. I don't understand why this movie's getting as bad reviews as it is. Maybe somebody can tell me. Um, I've heard a complaint that it's very silly. It's just too silly. These movies are supposed to be comedies in the first place, jackasses. Uh, these movies are played for tongue in cheek. There are a lot of tongue in cheek moments in these movies, and they work. In this movie, they work too. I don't understand what their argument is for why they hate this movie. These movies are supposed to be silly. They're supposed to be comedy. They're not supposed to be taken seriously. I mean, for God's sakes, this movie and that movie both feature Helen Mirren with a machine gun, cold-bloodedly killing people. This is the lady that, 2006 played the Queen of England and won an Oscar for it, and now she's playing something like this. I mean, she's doing this for fun. You can tell she's having fun. And that's one of the things I like about this movie is that the cast is great in this movie. And you can tell they're having fun doing this movie. You can tell when actors are having sleepwalking for movies and don't don't give a shit about the movie they're in. But that doesn't seem like they are. They are sleepwalking in this movie, and I like, because they're having fun. I'm having fun, and like I said, the cast is great in this movie. I like Mary Louise Parker a lot. I think she's very good in these movies. I want to see more of her. I never watched Weeds, but I want to see more of her. John Malkovich is as good as he was in the first movie. I loved him in the first movie. I think he was the highlight of the first movie, and he's the highlight in this movie too. He plays crazy very well and does it very fun or very hilariously. Um, Helen Mirren's fun. Like I said, she's having fun. Uh, Bruce Willis is having. I mean, everybody's having fun. Anthony Hopkins is good. Bruce Willis is good. Everybody's good. The interaction between all of them is very good. They're all very. They all have very good chemistry together. Um, it's just this movie. This might be a very short review, because honestly, there's not much I can bitch about. Like I said, when I just give you an example of what I mean, tongue in cheek. One of my favorite moments in this movie is the fact that there's a scene in which Helen Mirren has to infiltrate. They have to infiltrate a mental asylum. So Helen Mirren goes in there acting like she's crazy, and to act like she's crazy, she keeps trying. She wears a crown and like a red wig and tries to tell people that she's the Queen of England, and I thought that was pretty amusing. It was obviously like a tongue in cheek, like a nudge, nudge, nudge moment for everybody, because everybody knows she played the Queen of England, obviously. And I thought that was very funny. I also liked the scene where John Malkovich, uh, John Malkovich, basically fakes his own death at the very beginning, and Bruce Willis is the only one who figures out that he's faking his own death, and Bruce Willis is trying to like wake him up and try to catch him in the act by like poking him with needles while he's laying in the coffin, and it's very funny. It's and John Malkovich is just laying there still and won't move, won't nudge a bit or anything like that, and he continues later, and it makes sense for his character because of how crazy he is to be doing that. I thought that was very funny. I thought that scene was funny. Although at the same time, you knew he was faking his death right once when his supposed death happened, because if you see it in the trailers, you know he's a lot in the trail. He's a lot in his scenes are a lot in the trailers, and a lot of those scenes weren't in the movie already. It was like already 2 minutes in the movie when he supposedly faked his own, supposedly died. You know that there are scenes that haven't happened yet that he's in. So you're like, yeah, he's not dead. I was like, oh god, they're gonna try. I was worried at first that they were gonna like try to like make you think he was really dead, and make it really sad and everything else. But no, they went a different route. Bruce Willis pretty much knows right away that he was faking his own death. I like that. What else? Like I said, the new additions were very good. I liked Anthony Hopkins. He plays a crazy scientist that builds this bomb that they're looking for, and he's very good in this. One of my complaints as I'm walking out of the movie is that Tony Cox is in this movie. He was in the first movie. I forget who he plays. I can't remember his character's name. But if you know who Tony Cox, you know who Tony Cox is. Then you know. One of the things, they've had a really good missed opportunity in this movie. And the fact that you could have had Tony Cox and Anthony Hopkins have a lot of scenes together. Only have one scene together. A lot of people will say, maybe some people will go, why is that significant? And I was like, well, that's because it's the two most famous Hannibal Lecters in one movie. That'd be kind of awesome to see more scenes. I wish there was more scenes between the two of them. Two really good actors. Obviously everybody knows Anthony Hopkins is Hannibal Lecter, but some people always forget that Tony Cox was technically the first Hannibal Lecter in Manhunter. Anyways, yeah, like I said, Anthony Hopkins is really good. He plays very crazy very well, but at the end he kind of becomes like Hannibal Lecter-ish. Like he becomes like very evil kind of character. I might be spoiling it a little bit, so sorry if I did. I like that. The Catherine Zeta-Jones is funny. There's the scenes between her, like the interaction between her, Mary Louise Parker, and Bruce Willis, because she plays Bruce Willis's ex-love interest, like when he was in Russia. And of course Mary Louise Parker's like frightened by her and everything else, and she's always Catherine Zeta-Jones is always hitting on Bruce Willis, and Mary Louise Parker hates it. I like Catherine Zeta-Jones as an actress, so I mean that worked. I forget what the guy's name is, the Korean guy who played Storm Shadow. He plays a pretty good like hitman in it. He's a pretty good actor. I like him. Like I said, everybody in this movie I really enjoyed. The comedy is very good. Like I said, the acting is the acting is very fun in this. Everybody, like I said, is having a fun time. So I definitely would recommend this movie. It's a fun sit. there's nothing really bad about this. Don't listen to reviews. I really enjoyed this. I'm trying to decide which one I like better, this one or the first one. I know everybody's gonna say the first one, but I even saw a review that said the same thing I did. I was like, the second one might be a little bit better than the first one. I'm kind of like saying that. Although I like both of them, so I mean, and I hear they're gonna do a third one. I'm gonna see a third one. Definitely will be seeing a third one. I want to see who they add for the third one. Maybe they could add some more people. When I talked about the trailers, I want to talk about the trailers because I got a lot, like I said with The Conjuring, if you saw my review for The Conjuring, I got a lot of new trailers. And that's a really refreshing thing because I rarely get new trailers. I always get the same old trailers. And this time I got a lot of new trailers for Red 2, in front of Red 2. I got one, Ridley Scott new movie that's based off a book by Cormac McCarthy, the guy who wrote No Country for Old Men, called A Counselor, and it stars Michael Fassbender. That's all I know about the movie from the trailer because I have no idea what the hell was going on in that trailer. They got like Captain Phillips, which I talked about in my Great Gatsby review. It looks pretty. It looks alright. It looks really good. It's if you don't know, it's Tom Hanks is a cargo ship captain who ship basically gets taken over by Somalian pirates. It looks really good. It's directed by Paul Greengrass. The guy who made the last two Bourne movies in 1993, so I'm really looking forward to that. The two trailers that stuck out were the last two I got. I want to talk about them very quickly. The first one was Saving Mr. Banks. I don't know how many people have seen this trailer, but you have to see this to believe it. It's a Disney movie where Emma Thompson plays the girl who wrote the original story of Mary Poppins, and she has the book sold to Disney, and she has her and it basically is the story about how she has her reservations about Disney taking over Mary Poppins and what Disney will do to Mary Poppins, and it's like her relationship with Walt Disney and all that stuff. And can you guess who plays Walt Disney? Anybody? You got that right. Tom Hanks plays freaking Walt Disney. I saw Tom Hanks pop up in the movie, and I'm like, wait a minute, Tom Hanks is Walt Disney? What the fuck? I was like sitting there like I couldn't wrap my mind around, but he was doing it. I was like, all right, I'll buy it. And I was like, whatever. He was doing good of enough job. I was like, okay, maybe this could be good, but it's like I like Emma Thompson, I like Tom Hanks. This could be good. And this also looks like it could be a cheesy, uplifting movie. I wanted. Was there any truth to the Mary Poppins, like to them having issues with the writer of the original story? Because basically she has issues with how Disney wants to make the movie and change stuff from her story. Anyway, and the last trailer I got, get this. It's called Las Vegas. Las Vegas, not Las Vegas. Las Vegas. It's basically a hangover, or like a hangover type movie, but with old people. It stars Michael Douglas, Robert De Niro, Morgan Freeman, and Kevin Kline, who looks really old. I haven't seen Kevin Kline in a long time, and he looks really old. And they're like, Michael Douglas is getting married, and they're having a bachelor party for him in Vegas. And it looks like The Hangover, but geriatric version of it. And it kind of looks awesome. I want to see it. I was like, I actually would like to see it. Oh, before I forget, the other trailer I did get was Escape Plan. Like I said, the Escape Plan, what was originally The Tomb, called The Tomb, is a action movie starring Sylvester Stallone, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, my two favorite guys, in one movie. Other than the Expendables and the short scenes they were in, they haven't been in a movie before together, and it's a prison escape movie. I want to see it. I want to see it. I don't know why they changed the title from the Tomb to the Escape Plan. I think there's a reason behind it, but I forget. But I want to see it. There's no doubt I want to see that. Definitely will be checking that out. And these all come out in, I think, fall. Those movies I just mentioned, I think, all come out in fall. And I'm like, man, this fall is going to be pretty good. I think it could be pretty good. Depends. But, alright, I'm going to get off here. I'm talking too long. I'm going to go home. I'm going to get to bed pretty soon. I'll be back next week with the Wolverine, which hopefully is good. Hopefully. But until then, I'll see you guys later, and I'll talk to you guys soon.